video is for all you bitches that just don't want to like me. Hey, it's Bri, and today's story, it might trigger you. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe, because I know after this story, you guys are going to want to see Bri all the time, every time I upload. I'm doing this video for multiple reasons, and I'm going to list them all because I love to talk. That's why I have a YouTube channel. I'm so smart, I know. So it's come to my attention that a video that I've uploaded recently has truly sparked some conversation. And in effort to get your minds moving, and in effort to get you guys developing opinions and putting on those critical thinking caps, I decided to trigger you again. I really don't care what anybody has to say about anything that I have gone through in life. With that being said, the second reason why I'm doing this video is because one time I was on Twitter. Oh yeah, this was before I deleted my social media, before I decided maybe random people who have random opinions about me without ever meeting me, maybe they shouldn't have access to me, right? This was before I came to that epiphany. Somebody came for me because I was rejoicing about the fact that I was out of a toxic relationship. They literally came for me out the blue. Y'all know how Twitter is. Y'all know how Twitter can be. So I'm like shading this girl back, like, please, you reek of jealousy, see your way the fuck out of here. And somebody else who is a loyal subscriber, I know you're watching, baby girl, because you have shown me multiple different ways on Twitter that you don't even like me, but you still be in the comments below. So this one's for you, sis. You jumped in that conversation. You know that that girl was attacking me for no reason, and you jumped in and you said,
well, didn't you get an abortion? Talking about how you got out of a toxic relationship.
I did. This one's for you, sis. This one for you. Going back to the first reason why I'm doing this story time, you guys seem to really know me so fucking well. And you know what? From reading you guys' comments and seeing some of the crazy shit that you have said to me online, I feel like I know you really well too. We know each other. Nice to know you, stranger. Since y'all know my business, I'ma really tell you my business. How about that? Also, this is what I really found to be funny from the video that I uploaded recently, and how girls were unsubscribing. I mean, I was shaking the table. This is how I see it. So when I was crying and I was weeping on the internet, my pain was literally your entertainment, right? It was funny, right? But now I'm learning how to love myself and stand up for myself and be confident for myself, and now you can't vibe with me? Okay. You know that when you press the red button to subscribe, there wasn't a person that appeared out of nowhere and put a gun to your head and was like,
you need to agree with everything that Brianna says or don't even subscribe to her.
Nobody came to you and said that. So I don't know why you guys thought that when you pressed that red button and subscribed that you and I were just gonna see exactly the same on every single topic and we were always gonna fucking agree. You guys really need to smoke a blunt. You guys really need to chill out and like grow up and like understand that just because you like me doesn't mean that like we're gonna see eye to eye on everything. I'm different. The third reason, I really want my ex out of my fucking life forever. I want to make it so clear to my ex-boyfriend, to all his friends, to his mother, to his brothers, and to all his girlfriends and boyfriends, because apparently you go both ways. And I'm sorry to all my subscribers. You guys are probably like, what the fuck? I know that he's been lying to you guys. I know that he's been running around telling you guys that I'm crazy and I'm unstable. Yeah, I am. I'm all of that. Every lie that he told you, you can always, for the rest of your life, click on my channel and see the truth. I want to make it clear to everyone that has ever doubted me, to everyone that really hates me for no reason, they want to see me drop dead and die. This video's for you too. This video is for all you bitches that just don't want to like me. This is my truth. This is my proof that I'm going to continue to tell my story, and all you guys can eat a big fat dick.
Bye, pumpkin. Your opinion doesn't count. You're getting the door right now.
Wow, so that was like a really long intro. This story time is really traumatic. Clearly, I'm over it. I don't care. I don't want any of you guys on some 16 and pregnant or I'm broke and pregnant. I don't want any of you guys on that vibe. I noticed that I attract a lot of young bad bitches in the making, and I need to be your guardian angel. I need to look out for you. That is my duty. That is my service here on this platform. I don't care what nobody has to say. I don't care if you feel like you can't stick up for me in the comments. I don't need you to stick up for me in the comments. I know that everything I'm doing is divinely guided. I know that I'm in my lane and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So if you guys ever feel guilty for how people come for me in the comments, don't trip, girl. I'm living my best life. I'm getting paid and I'm turning my pain into profit. Since these girls like to think that watching me cry is entertainment, now they're mad that I'm making money off of it. That's all that is. So let's get into this story. This story time takes place in probably like 2018. Refresh my memory in the comments below, because life be moving like this, okay? I cannot keep up because I'm focused on where I'm going. I don't really care about the past. I gave up everything, okay? I threw away everything to go across the country to live in Ohio with a father that I literally never met in my life, and he convinced me to throw all my shit away, all my stuff. Look, I already did a story time about that. To be really honest with you guys, I only make content for people that really like me, because my channel is cohesive and my channel makes sense if you really fuck with me. Join the club. That was my first time flying alone, traveling alone. That was my first time meeting my dad, and on top of that, I had just found out that I was pregnant. I actually found out I was pregnant when I found out that my lease was up in a very shitty apartment that I was living in the valley. You know what? When I was living in the valley, that's when I met you guys. Like, when I started my YouTube channel, I was living in the valley. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and just so the story can make a little more sense, I struggled so hard. Like, from the time I moved in to the time I moved out, I struggled. I probably paid my rent on time. Girl, living there 2 years, I probably paid my rent on time in full like 6 times. I struggled living there. And when the lease was up, it completely caught me off guard. And I kind of felt like, you know what? I don't have family support out here in LA. Like, I was not good with my family because of my ex-boyfriend. Nobody wanted to help me out because of the fact that I had snuck him into my auntie's house. That's another story time about when I was homeless. That's another video that you're probably gonna go need to watch. And I'm not trying to be rude or passive aggressive or anything, but you guys know that when I check my analytics, I can literally see how much of the video you watch. So I know that you don't even stick around to get the whole story before you start wilding out in my fucking comments.
You have no idea what she's done to me. You have no idea what she has done to you.
That should explain how I ended up struggling in the valley. For the people that want to call me toxic, for the people that want to say I grew up poor, no, baby. I made piss poor decisions. That's how I ended up struggling in the valley. Anyway, moving along. When the lease was up for this apartment, it literally took me off guard. And I had just started talking to my dad. I was in a good place with my dad. And I was like, I called him on the phone. I was crying. I had literally no money saved. I knew I could not come back here where I'm currently living. And I was literally in a state of panic. Looking back at that situation, like, I don't ever think that I would panic like that again, because I would never put myself in a situation like that again, right? Like, how are you in a situation where you have no money saved, you're behind on your rent every single month, and your boyfriend lives with you? How is your boyfriend living with you and you're struggling every single month to keep a roof over your head? Now the lease is up and you gotta move across the country, and your boyfriend is just gonna stay in LA and live his best fucking life. So you lose everything. You have never traveled by yourself. You have never lived with your father. You don't even know this man. There's so many levels of uncertainty that I had to face. This is all before I even went to the women's clinic and found out that I was pregnant. This is all the shit that I was dealing with before I found out about the baby, right? I'm trying to figure out like what I'm gonna do with all my material stuff. I clearly had an obsession. I clearly had an attachment with my material things. That's why I'm so humble today, because I know what it feels like to lose everything. I'm sorry if I'm being so aggressive, but you guys really be trying to tell me about me. Please start your channel. Start your channel. Tell your stories. I would love to watch. I would love to judge you. Because y'all some very judgmental fucks, I noticed. Ooh, it's a lot of ranting that's going on in this video that I know is going to be edited out. I throw all my stuff away and the decision is made that I'm going to go live with my dad. Then I start having problems down there. I kind of knew that something was up, so I called the women's clinic and I scheduled an appointment for a checkup because it was about that time. I get birth control from there. It was about that time to get a checkup. Girl, I go, I get the checkup. A part of the checkup is peeing in a cup. We know that. So I pee in the cup and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and I already know that I'm pregnant because I haven't had a period, because I'm inconsistent on my birth control. The way that it is acting down there, I know it's a red flag. It's being different. I was sitting in the waiting room already knowing what the answer was. I already know. The lady who tells me I'm pregnant, she was a black lady. She was probably about my age too. She's like, yeah, a lot of girls come and say that they're for a checkup, but they already know they're pregnant. So what do you want to do about this? Like, her whole energy was like, girl, I know what game you was trying to run. I wasn't even mad at it, but I expressed her, like, when she came and told me that I was actually pregnant, that it wasn't just like coochie problems. I was actually kind of devastated because my dad had already bought my ticket to go to Ohio. So when she tells me that I'm pregnant and I know that next week I'm leaving to fly across the country and I'm going, here's the catch. Here's the catch. I was going to Ohio, which was trending on Twitter for their anti-abortion laws. They were banning abortion, you guys. I was going there. Yeah, I know. Do you guys like the story when I'm laughing with you, or do you like it when I'm miserable? Which Brianna do you like better? Do you like the story better when I'm like, and then I was going to a state that was banning abortion? Or do you like the story better when I'm like, I know, right? Of course I would go to a state that was literally trending on Twitter for KKK rallies and fucking banning abortion. Let me know in the comments below which Brianna you like better. I would love to fucking find out. The doctor proceeds to tell me what the process is gonna be if I'm going to get the abortion that I wanted, and I wanted a medical abortion. The doctor proceeds to tell me when I'm gonna have to come back and how long, because I was like, girl, I'm trying to travel. Remember, I told you the doctor was black. And she was like, yeah, I get that. So maybe you can go take your trip and come back and X, Y, and Z can happen. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm never coming back. And I'm thinking to myself about Twitter and how literally it was on the news about this abortion shit. Like, it was trending, you guys. Ohio was literally one of the states that was trying to ban abortion, and people were doing marches and they were wearing those hats that were like pink, trying to save Planned Parenthood. I randomly ended up getting mixed up in that. I'm not joking. This is not clickbait. This was very uncomfortable for me. Going from a state that is so liberal, so free. Some of you guys leave comments, oh my God, I can't believe CVS sells liquor. Yeah, going from a state where CVS sells Hennessy to going to a state where slaves were running away to Canada. KKK still exists, okay? It was very humbling. It was very humbling. It was very eye-opening. That's why can't nobody say nothing about me. I've been through some things. I don't want to hear nothing. And I do mean, I don't want to hear shit. I'm so excited to be filming this video. This is bringing me so much pleasure right now. So basically, I ended up making a fake appointment in California because I was just in an awkward situation. Like, I did not want to tell her that I was going to a state that was trying to ban abortion. I didn't want to tell her that I was leaving. Like, I literally could not face the fact that out of all the places I was going to live after being born and raised in LA, I was going to Ohio. I could not face that. So I made this fake ass appointment and then I went home. And who was at home? My ex-boyfriend, the demon. He lived with me. So while I'm at the clinic finding out that I'm pregnant, he's at home playing the Xbox. This is no cap. This is reality. I know that somebody watching is dealing with a dude like that right now. You could literally be set on fire and your boyfriend wouldn't even notice because all he cares about is that game. Yeah, I dated somebody like that. So I feel you. So you could save all the hate comments, girl. I'm on your side. I really need you guys to understand that my ex-boyfriend was living with me and I was struggling financially. He was bringing nothing to the table. When I let my ex-boyfriend come back and live with me, I stopped stripping. I was trying to do everything the right way. And when I saw that he couldn't carry the reins, I started doing what I needed to do. So I don't know why my ex-boyfriend goes out here and makes it seem like I'm a thought pocket, because if you was really a man, if you was really that nigga, you wouldn't have to be living with your ex-girlfriend and not doing anything. Like, if you want to play the game all day, bro, stream it on Twitch. Get a hustle. So with that being said, I go home and I tell my bum ass ex that I'm pregnant. He looking at me nonchalant because he see me pop so much Plan B. He think it's candy. He think it's a game. He thinks having a baby is like a game. It's cute. It's an accessory. But, you know, I didn't have the best childhood. So I don't really see having babies as an accessory or as a game, because I know that babies grow up to be human beings, because I'm very desperate for a therapist right now. So his reaction when I'm telling him that I'm pregnant and that my flight is already booked, it was way too calm, way too nonchalant, way too non-caring. And like I said, it's because it's like, we'll just get rid of it. That's not how you want somebody to react, especially when it's like, if I go through the process of getting rid of it, I'm not going to be able to go to Ohio. And if I'm not able to go to Ohio, I'm going to be homeless in California. You guys understand my dilemma? Because y'all know everything. I'm just trying to make sure that we on the same page again before I get dragged. I'm just trying to make you guys happy. So when I tell my ex and I see that like his reaction is like very immature, very non at the threat level that we're actually facing, like it's threat level, code level orange, and bro is acting like it's like not a threat at all. I understand why. Like, he wasn't pregnant, he wasn't moving, he wasn't going across the country. Like, why should he care? So I call my dad and I tell my dad, and my dad is like, don't worry, we'll figure it out. And the whole time, this whole energy is ruminating over me that I'm probably actually going to end up pregnant. I'm probably actually going to end up having this guy's baby, and not even in California, not even around my family, around a stranger, which my father technically was. I had all of this energy ruminating over me that I was gonna go to a state that banned abortion and get stuck with a baby and literally be stuck as a single mom, and this is not what I asked for. So it really didn't matter what my dad was saying to me to comfort me. That is literally where my mindset was, on top of the fact that when I went to Ohio in real life, my experience was demonic. I gotta give my dad props where props was due. Before I actually met this guy, he seemed like he was like a great dad, like a stand-up dad. So he definitely like is a narcissist. He's definitely like some kind of sick, delusional person where he paints himself to be loving and caring, and then when you actually get in his presence, he's the literal devil. So stay away from people like my dad. My dad gave me the sense of comfort that I needed, that it was okay, that I should still get on the flight. But now that I know my dad, I kind of feel like he just didn't want to waste money on their plane ticket, and that's why he was like, everything will be okay, don't worry about what you're seeing on the news, because I was definitely worried about what I was seeing on the news. I documented my leaving of Los Angeles. All of that has been documented on my channel, all of it. That's why, like I said, I love to make content for people that see me, for people that really get me. I love to make videos for you guys, because you've been following this journey. So I documented, like I did a vlog when I was leaving LA, and then after I did that vlog leaving LA, it's just like everything went downhill. My dad didn't end up having his own house. We were sleeping at another woman's house. I was on an air mattress in a living room. It was like my whole living situation had downgraded, on top of the fact that I knew I was pregnant, on top of the fact that like deep down I was like extremely jealous of my ex-boyfriend, because I was somewhere being tortured while he was in LA partying, living his best life, on top of the fact that I found out later that he was cheating on me. So like, I'm pregnant with your kid across the country, and you're like living your best life pretending to be single. Like, knowing that now is very...
You guys living together?
Yes, I'm in the house. Yes, I have been there.
It make you feel some type of way. I'm really trying to tell you, it make you feel some type of way, especially if you're a real bitch. It really do. I'm in Ohio, I'm being tortured, and I do this live stream, and I was like so desperate for understanding. I was 3 hours away from my family. My auntie has a job. My auntie's the only person I trust. I wasn't cool with my mom at the time. I had no one. I had to get on YouTube and go live. And I get on YouTube and I go live, and I tell you guys that I'm dealing with trying to get an abortion in Ohio. And then on top of that, my dad calls me a bitch. Like, he comes out of the house and he goes, bitch! Like, oh my God. And it's like, it was very traumatizing. It was very dehumanizing. And it reminded me of my childhood and how I was treated when I was a little kid. And it really was, you know, degrading. I will use dehumanizing again because there was a good chunk of people that saw my pain as entertainment. Like, they didn't see that like I was a real person. They were still getting a kiki. And that was actually like very disturbing to me because I go out of my way to empathize with people, to be like there, to be like, I don't want to say that I go out of my way to be a shoulder to cry on, but like I go out of my way to understand everybody else's walks of life because it's not my place to judge people. And I just felt like it was so crazy that, oh my God, I have this number. Oh my God, these people like me. Actually, no, they don't. There was like levels. There was levels to my breakdown. I was having a breakdown. I was being broken down as an individual during this time. I was trying to figure out how my dad was exactly like my ex-boyfriend. How they were literally the same and I never knew my dad. And how I attracted men that acted just like him and I never knew him. There was levels to what I was feeling, okay? And then I go. So within all of this drama, within all of this chaos, I'm still scheduling appointments because my dad, I don't know if he was on drugs or what, but my dad was going like up and down. 1 minute I was a bitch, and then the next day or 2 days later, because you know he would go disappear like a thief in the night, okay? So my dad would disappear for like a day and a half or 2 days and then come back. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, we need to figure out what's going on with you and this baby. Oh my God, we need to put you in college. Oh my God, we need to get you a degree. Like, just like crackhead shit. Dude, I mean, my emotions was just all over the place. I didn't have no weed to smoke. I was making multiple abortion appointments in the state of Ohio, which was trying to ban abortions. And because it's Ohio, the abortion clinics was like an hour away. Because, girl, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I think I was living in Dayton. I think I lived in Dayton. I'm not even gonna cap. I think I was living in Dayton, Ohio. And I was an hour away from whatever main city is in Ohio. You know, there was a tornado. This will only happen to me. There was a tornado. The power goes out. Because the power goes out, the cell phone towers are out. Because the cell phone towers are out, niggas can't do Google searches, okay? So me and my dad, we couldn't Google anything. So I'm gonna give my dad his props because when he was in his right mind, he was really trying to figure out how to help me get rid of this baby. He really, really was. And it's because my dad is from the hood and my dad is used to this process. So my dad already know what's up. At least my dad made me feel comfortable and not embarrassed with the situation because he's gone through that a lot of times. Only that would happen to me. Only a natural fucking disaster would blow out the cell phone towers and now you gotta be pregnant for a whole nother week because your daddy lied to you about where y'all live. Y'all live an hour away from the main city. Everything was capped. This was a horrible experience for me. If you cannot put yourself in my shoes, you be me and I'm you. Do y'all listen to Gucci Mane? So me and my dad beefing and I'm making abortion appointment after abortion appointment after abortion appointment. And all of these appointments are an hour to 3 hours away from where I was centrally located in Ohio. Let's fast forward again. Things escalate between me and my father. Things literally got physical between me and my dad. The universe was like, we need to get you out of this situation. So it's so crazy how like, even though my dad did me dirty, I'm still able to give him his props because at the end of the day, he was still taking me to my appointments. He was still making sure that like I was getting the necessary like treatment that I needed for the predicament that I was in, right? So when I was in Ohio, this is like what's so crazy about this story. This is why I want to tell you guys this story. When I was in Ohio, I was telling the girls at the women's clinic or the abortion clinic that I was from California and that I was very uncomfortable doing this and having this whole experience in a state that was like working against women. I was making that clear. One of the girls finally kept it a buck with me. This girl was also within my age range. She was like, you know what? In Ohio, our technology is like we don't have the technology that like California has. So when I was getting my ultrasounds and stuff, the girl was basically telling me that like the baby was really small, the baby was underdeveloped. That's basically what they were telling me in Ohio. They were like, based off the dates of your travel time, your baby should look like this and your baby is still looking like this. I had never experienced anything like that. I didn't know how to process that information. I didn't know how to take that information. I don't think you guys understand the level of what I was going through. That was the last piece of information that I found out about my pregnancy before I ended up going to live with my sister in the Bay Area. But thank God that the women's clinic that I had went to before I flew to Ohio, there was another location in the Bay Area. So my information was able to sync up from southern Los Angeles to northern Los Angeles. So it was really like a blessing in disguise. Girl, why did I find out that the baby was extremely small? Not because it was underdeveloped or whatever they told me in Ohio. It's because it was dead. I was walking around with a dead baby in my body. That sounds disgusting, doesn't it? That sounds nasty, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I was walking around with somebody's dead baby inside of me, and they didn't even care about me. Let's get into that. Are you guys ready for that? Grab your tissues right now, because I know that there's somebody that's very sensitive, and this part is going to make them cry. I called a baby father because he knew that I was back in the state of California. He knew that I was here. He knew that we were in the same time zone. He knew it. This is the best part of the story. This is the best part. If you guys have made it this far, chef's kiss. I call my ex-boyfriend and I'm crying on the phone. And I'm like, so the baby is dead. I have to do this and I have to do that. And I've been going through all of this. And I'm on this medication. He was at a video game convention called E3. You know what he told me? I'm in line to try this game out right now. I just found out that our baby is dead inside of me. Like, in my womb. It just gave up on life inside of me. The only thing he could say to me is that he was in line to play a new game at E3. People were around him in the line, so he couldn't react. Oh, I can't really say how I feel because there's people around me right now and I'm gonna try this game out. All the people that got in my comments and defended this guy and was like, oh, there's no way that God would want you to rejoice that he got hit by a car. Express yourself in the comments below right now. Express yourself. Make your voices heard. Because I went all across the world, it felt like, being abused with a dead kid in my stomach. I lost everything for the kid's father because I let him live with me not once but twice, and he couldn't live up to the responsibility of being an adult. He wants to play games so bad, in fact, that you could tell him that his child died and he cares more about the game. Tell me, like, explain to me why I should feel empathy for this person. Now that we're at the end of this story, because that's the end. That's all y'all need to know. I had a mental breakdown that broke my heart. That broke me as a human being. He was rushing me off the phone. He didn't care. He didn't care. Explain that to me. Explain it to me, bro. I would love to hear your 2 cents in the comments below. I would love to hear how I deserve that experience. I would love to hear how I brought it on myself. Get in the comments, please. I beg of you. Get in the comments and tell me how it's my fault that that happened to me. So then other people could read it and other people could look at you and other people could wonder, what the fuck is wrong with you? That you could tell somebody that it's her fault that she was walking around with a dead baby. You guys have gotten very comfortable. Oh, well, she did X, Y, and Z. So because she did X, Y, and Z, she must deserve this fuck shit. You don't even know me. Fucking with you, triggering you, making you think that I'm a horrible person, that's entertainment to me. I want you guys to think that I'm just this shitty. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. I'm fine with it. It don't bug me. I'm good with it. I'm good. I sleep good at night, bro. And y'all know I smoke my blunt before I rest. And y'all know I say my prayers before I go to sleep. Don't play. I'm not even going to ask you to turn this thumbs up blue. Real bitches only. Gang, gang. Support your girl. Get them fingers moving in the comments below. We could fight there. With that being said, I love you guys. I love my real bitches. I love my real angels. If you a top-notch bitch, let me hear you holler. Period. Don't be like me, y'all. Till next time.